Today, we are diving into something that, let's be honest, affects pretty much all of us: family. We're going to peel back the layers on what family therapy actually is, look at the common pressures that can build up at home, and explore some really practical tools that can help families reconnect. So, yeah, let's get into it.
You know that feeling, right? That constant carefulness where you're just trying to avoid saying or doing the wrong saying that might set someone off? Well, that feeling of walking on eggshells is a huge sign that the everyday stresses of life are starting to cause some serious friction in the family. So, where is all this friction coming from? The reality is, modern life is just a lot. I mean, whether you're living in a super fast-paced city or just trying to juggle work, school, and everything in between, the pressure can be intense, even for the most solid families. And you start to see that pressure pop up in ways that are pretty hard to miss. Maybe it's arguments happening way more often. Or the complete opposite, the dreaded silent treatment. It could just be this constant tension you can feel in the air, or disagreements about parenting, or that sibling rivalry that suddenly feels way more serious. Now, those internal issues, they're usually being fueled by things happening on the outside. You know, the stress from work or school that you can't help but bring home. Big life changes, like moving to a new place, or figuring out new family dynamics after a divorce or remarriage. And especially in diverse places, you might have cultural differences or clashes between generations that add a whole other layer of complexity. And here's the real kicker. It's almost never one single big event. Usually, it's all the little misunderstandings that never got sorted out. They just stack up, one on top of the other, until what started as no big deal becomes this pattern of constant tension. Suddenly, home stops feeling like your safe place and starts feeling like just another source of stress. But the good news is there's a way through it. This is where family therapy and mediation come in. Really, it's all about creating a path to better communication and giving your family a new playbook for how to work together. So what is it really? At its heart, family therapy is a guided process. It's about having a safe, totally neutral space where a family can work with a professional to figure out their conflicts, strengthen their relationships, and, this is the most important part, actually learn and practice healthier ways of dealing with each other. And the whole journey is actually pretty logical. It usually kicks off with an initial meeting, just to get a handle on what's going on. From there, the therapist helps you see the invisible patterns, the unspoken rules and roles that everyone's playing. Then comes the really cool part. You learn practical tools to change those patterns. And the ultimate goal? To build skills that you'll have for the rest of your lives. Okay, so let's actually look inside this toolkit. We're not talking about vague ideas here. These are proven, evidence-based techniques that are designed to make a real, concrete difference in how your family operates. What's so helpful is seeing how these clinical terms translate into real-life goals. So conflict resolution isn't about winning an argument. It's about the whole family learning how to solve problems fairly and respectfully. Communication coaching is literally practicing how to have calm, clear conversations, especially when emotions are high. And emotion-focused techniques, that's all about getting to the why behind the fight, understanding the feelings that are actually driving everything.
And this quote right here, it nails the whole point. This isn't just about putting out the fire that's burning right now. The real aim is to give the family the skills they need so they can handle the next challenge that comes along, without slipping back into those old, unhelpful habits.
All right, so let's say a family really commits to this. What does life look like on the other side? Let's talk about the kind of positive changes you can actually expect to see. One of the very first things people notice is just a change in the air at home. The communication gets calmer, it gets clearer, and those daily flare-ups that are so exhausting, they start happening less and less, and things just feel more peaceful. And as everyone starts communicating better, something really amazing happens. Trust and empathy start to grow back. People actually start to hear and understand where everyone else is coming from, which naturally makes the bonds between everyone in the family, parents, kids, siblings, so much stronger. So when you put it all together, the clear communication, the stronger trust, having consistent routines, and a bunch of practical tools, what you're really building is family resilience. And that's a family's ability to face whatever life throws at them together as a team that has each other's backs. Okay, this all sounds pretty good, right? But how do you even start? Taking that first step can feel like the biggest hurdle, but it's actually much more straightforward than you might think. If you're looking for help, here are a few key things you absolutely want to look for.
Make sure the therapist is licensed and has experience. The space has to feel safe and neutral, a place where everyone feels they can speak up without being judged. And things like cultural sensitivity and, of course, complete confidentiality, those are absolutely non-negotiable.
Just remember, the whole entire journey starts with a single conversation. That first consultation is really just a low-pressure meeting for a professional to listen, understand what your family is going through, and start to sketch out a plan that's made just for you. So I'll leave you with this thought. Just imagine your family with a better set of tools for communication. What could you build together with that? What kind of trust and understanding could you create? Thanks so much for tuning in.